Questions abound. Is this the last game to be played at the lovely lady they call the Madhouse on Madison? Chicago Stadium is sold out naturally for Game 6. The Hawks before the Roar have played the Leafs tough in the last 5 years. 16-2 Chicago versus Toronto in this building. And when you go back to last year's playoffs, Toronto won Game 5 in each of their 3 series, but could never win Game 6. And it cost them dearly not getting that rest when they went up against Los Angeles in late May. Good evening. Welcome to Molson Hockey Night in Canada, the Stanley Cup playoffs on CBC into the Organ Loft. I'm Ron McLean. And Doug Gilmour will start at center for the Leafs. Darby Hendrickson will also play his first NHL game for Toronto today. More on that in just a moment. Here's the reception for Eddie Belfour and company. As we say, could be the last time out. In a moment, you'll hear Wayne Mesmer in the anthem, and then it'll be Bob Cole and Harry Neal. Enjoy the show.
Please rise by recording soloists Wayne Mesmer and Frank Pellico at the organ. First sing and play the Canadian national anthem, followed by the Star-Spangled Banner.
Here comes Roenick with Murphy and Amaki going to the net. The shot, blocked, rebound! And somehow Potvin saw it. And Murphy was sweeping into that far side and got a backhander away.
From Suter. And then makes a wonderful stop right here with his glove on Murphy as Murphy takes the backhander. There was a knuckleball with traffic. Joe Murphy gets a backhander when Potvin's down and in a helpless position, can't get it up, and Potvin stones Murphy again. Well, when the coaches are changing on the fly to avoid or get a matchup, as often as they have in the first 14 minutes of this game, if you aren't on the ball on the bench and are listening to the coach because he may change the rotation according to what the other coach did, you can get into the same trouble that the Hawks did. Somebody wasn't listening and they had one too many skaters out there.
Good point. It's when they're changing lines like that. The guy who was your man the last shift may not be your man this time.
It'd be nice if the 3 lines rotated around every time, but that doesn't happen very often in this league, especially not with these teams.
Chicago got caught there. And the Leafs have the puck. Gilmour on this power play back to Wella. His shot, knocked down in front. Gartner was there and couldn't make contact. The Leafs are on it. Mironov gives Ellett another chance. And the drive, score! Ellett takes the shot. Somebody tripped it in front of Belfour. And the Leafs get a power play goal at 14:49 and take a 1-0 lead.
I think Gartner 11. The 2 Leaf forwards get behind the 2 Chicago defensemen. You can't have that. They got to back up and try and push these. Look at this. I mean, you can't allow this and expect a goalie to stop it. I don't know whether it was tipped or screened, but Belfour had no chance on it at all. Nobody even went to move those guys out. I think Gartner touched it.
He got it.
Assisted by number 4, and number 15. Dmitry Mironov.
Okay, Mironov passed it along to Ellett, who took the shot, and Gartner in front made contact, and the Maple Leafs get a power play goal and lead 1-0 of his first period. Gilmour belted his man at the far side, and there's Belfour. He had 2 lines. He saw Gartner speeding in. Here's a pass through the middle. And I'll tell you, Harry, it wouldn't take much to get these 2 exploding and going at each other.
Look at these 2 hits. First of all, Randy Cunneyworth on Peter Zezel. He had more hang time than most 40-yard punts in football. Here it is right here. Zetzel can't get all the way out of the way. It's a great shoulder hit, and Zetzel was 2 seconds before he landed. Later on, watch Wendell Clark right here on Chris Chelios, who was admiring his pass, and Wendell stopped him dead in his tracks. You gotta be a man to play this game. And Chelios is one or he wouldn't be getting up. He was run about 8 times in Game 5. That hasn't happened at all tonight. Chicago needs something to get him going. They can't seem to get the goal, but they've drifted into a bit of a state of complacency here, and not much energy when I look at their bench, and not much more of any more when they get out on the ice.
Lay it back in. They were changing goal. Vanderbilt. Oh, he's nailed it center. Had the hit down for a split second. Here's Murphy coming in on goal. And he was stopped. Potvin was hit, driven into the net. The net went flying, and Potvin hurt his left leg, I think, and is slow to get up. Big hit at center ice, and Vanderbilt created that surge by Murphy.
And that's the first time this series we've seen Joe Murphy go wide and make a play. And it came off a great body check by Greg Smith on Vanderbilt. That caused the turnover, and here's Murphy. Gets that left leg out and lets a backhand go as he gets a step on Mironov, but the puck never did get in before or after the net came off. There's that left leg that protects the puck and allowed Murphy to get the backhand away, but it wasn't where he wanted to put it.
McCown was there, and Cooley played it over to the boards, and out is Bird, 2 on the left. Bird coming in with McCown. Bird, and Belfort stopped him. And 2 on 1 by Toronto. McCown and Bird. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. 21-9. Chicago has outshot Toronto, but it's 1-0 Maple Leafs.
Well, the Hawks aren't winning many foot races. Chris Chelios has been hit 13 times tonight, and has played over 30 minutes in every game. And here's Wendell Clark getting all of Chelios well after the pass. I mean, Chelios is near exhaustion, and why wouldn't you be? He's been on the receiving end. Look at him here. He's in pain. He's tired.
And frustrated.
And one of the great defensemen currently playing in the National League. Well, Jamie McCowan playing the dangerous Tony Amani perfectly. Into the glass. Stays with him. Not worried about the puck. Finally puts him down where Amante has no chance to do anything. Perfect defensive play by Jamie McCowan.
Ernie looks a high one inside the Leaf line. Gill racing back there. Bumped by Rich Sutter, who fell. Gill is allowed to move away, but can't get it out. Rich Sutter with a shot. Right on. And Potvin was in the right spot to grab that shot from Sutter.
Todd Gill wouldn't go up the boards. No, he wanted to go up the middle. And look what happened.
They tell you, here in Chicago, they're all standing with 2:54 remaining. And you know about the roar here in this whole building. They had a tremendous roar at the start of the hockey game, and they're going to do that again for the Chicago Blackhawks. Maybe, just maybe, they can pump them up to get one. 2:45 left in the third period.
Well, Bob, the Chicago Stadium over the years, and this could be the last hockey game, and it have been blessed with tremendous fans. And they are going to miss this rink even more than you and I, who come in here 3, 4, 5 times a year. It must be a thrill to play hockey for the Chicago Blackhawks in the Chicago Stadium when you've got fans like this who know they may be 2 minutes and 22 seconds away from extinction, and they will not stop cheering for their hockey.
For nearly perfect. He's on the bench now in favor of the extra attacker. 26 seconds left. That's all. Suter. Will he shoot it? Will he shoot it? When will he shoot it? There it goes. It's intercepted and knocked to center. 15 seconds left. Chelios drives it in. Potvin stopping it. 9 seconds. Chicago get the puck. There's a shot through the crease. Stopped at the line by Chelios. Another shot. Knocked down in front. And this game is over. And the Toronto Maple Leafs get 1 goal in the first period on a power play. And together with Potvin, who made 27 saves, make that 1 goal stand up. And that's the end for the Chicago Blackhawks in these Stanley Cup playoffs. And that's the end of hockey in this great old building. And the crowd now on its feet, and I'm sure they're not only saying goodbye to the Blackhawks, they're saying goodbye to a great piece of history here in Chicago. The old stadium is done. So are the Hawks. 1-0, Toronto.
Now the Leafs played a strong defensive game. Chicago got 4 shots on goal, 1 good scoring chance in the third period. They had no energy to generate any offense.
Ron McLean is with Pat Burns, the victorious coach. Ron.
Thank you, Bob. Pat, congratulations. That was a tough one to watch. How about for you?
Well, it was getting kind of tight there at the end there. I got to change my shirt pretty soon.
Your defensive effort, 3 shutouts for Felix. Who pleased you the most?
I think Felix did, definitely, but Gilmore showed a lot of character playing tonight. I know it was hurting a bit, but he really showed a lot of character.
Defensively, it went a lot with, I saw Ellett was on the ice at the end with Sylvain Lefebvre. Those two really impressed. I think there's Chris Chelios. He's something, isn't he?
Yeah, he sure is.
You didn't win in 6 last year once. I'm sure that must have been part of your prep tonight to try and get the guys to realize the importance of a rest.
Well, we did, and that's very important because we needed some rest, and we just want to get it done. It's a great building, but I'm glad it's over. I don't want to play these guys anymore.
8 straight, that was enough, and 5 1-goal wins. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Like the Bull Terrier you are. Tell me your feelings on the victory.
Well, it's just a big one. We didn't want to go back home. You never know what happens in a 7th game, and everybody pulled out the stops on our team here tonight and did what they had to do to win.
I know the last game of the regular season wasn't so meaningful, but you really came into this rink yourself personally and the team and set a nice tone. Listen to the roar going on here. They're saying goodbye to the building. It's a pretty special night to win for you, but I felt tonight you were the same way. In the first 5 minutes as captain, you came out to say, we have to set the tone instead of them coming to us.
Well, I hadn't been as physical in the first couple games here, and everything was on the line. So if we come out, and it's too bad I got a couple penalties early. The guys killed the penalties off, but just to try to set the tone, and we didn't want to get them to get the jump like the last 2 games here, 2-3 goals early. If we come out and tied or winning after the first period, we knew we had a shot.
Both teams looked like they were tired, and why wouldn't they be? 8 straight meetings between 2 bitter rivals. How are you holding up, and how important was it to get that break that you didn't get last year by not winning a Game 6?
Well, I think this is going to help out a lot. We had a few guys with some bumps and bruises like any series, but at least there's a couple, 3 extra days now where guys can rest and prepare for the next series.
Well done.
Thanks a lot, Ron.
Leaf captain Wendell Clark. Well, as you see here at the stadium, they'll probably be here till Saturday anyhow. What will this rink be remembered for? How will they remember the roar? Is it because it's Roy Rogers proposing to Dale Evans here in this building before a rodeo? Is it because the Chicago Bears won an NFL title in this building? Is it for Michael Jordan, or that Scottie Pipkin's not too bad? Is it for Stan Mikita or Bobby Hall or Mr. Goalie or Tony O? They once measured it at 130 decibels during the 1989 playoffs. Is it for Wayne Mesmer, or Frank Pellico, or Harvey Wittenberg, voices that have run throughout these rafters? You know they're going to tear down this building next year when the Hawks move into the United Center. They'll blow it apart, and they're going to put a parking lot here. I hope the fans remember to wash their car when they come to the games next year. It's a pretty special 4 walls that'll be beneath those 4 wheels. Remember the roar. The Molson 3 Stars in tonight's 1-0 victory for the Toronto